Savannah Guthrie.
And I'm Matt Lauer.
And today is July 10th, 1864, and the Civil War is still anyone's war.
To help understand the process of the war, today we're having a special segment including all of America's most renowned media specialists, who will give us full disclosure from the front lines of the latest news.
As of yesterday, everyone should know that the Battle of Monocacy, 6 miles from Frederick, Maryland, occurred. This is the first battle after the Confederate victory at the Battle of Reams Station in Virginia 12 days ago.
Yes, but the war is still not over. Now to Al Roker for the weather of today.
Thank you, Matt. Today in America, the South is sunny and warm with a sizzling high of about 80 degrees. In the North, it is slightly cooler, but overall average summer weather. Make sure to grab your umbrellas and sun visors. Now here's what's happening in Frederick's neck of the woods. During yesterday's battle, the conditions were truly ideal, with the sun shining and the temperature a warm 75 degrees. Savannah? Thanks, Al. Now we always love our audience members to be able to relate to our soldiers at war. Martha Stewart is cooking up something sweet in the kitchen today that most likely our men ate this morning before the battle. Here's to her in Studio 3B. Hello everyone, today is a lovely morning. Usually our men at war have limited supplies and food that is often non-perishable. For breakfast today, we will be preparing what they often ate before a long day. Number 1, jerky. This is the state-of-the-art bacon. Also, often they would eat this hardtack, like a biscuit. I prepared this over a fire, but soldiers would just have this pre-packaged, dipped in coffee.
What kind of rubbish is this?
Mr. Ramsey.
This is the worst excuse for food I've ever seen. You call yourself a chef? This looks like you're more like a bloody lumberjack using a bloody fish to cut down a bloody oak tree.
Mr. Ramsey, I'm trying to cook here.
Cook what? How in a can? No wonder the war's going for so long. Everyone keeps choking on this stupid excuse for bacon.
Back to Savannah and Matt.
Well, okay then. Next, we'll be visiting Oprah Winfrey for a special interview with a Union soldier at yesterday's battle at Monocacy.
Welcome, everybody, to today's exclusive interview with a Union soldier from yesterday's battle. Welcome, Mr. Soldier.
Oh my God, hi Oprah. Thanks for having me today.
So, yesterday must have been a rough battle. How are you recovering from the exhaustion?
Well, me and my buddies like to play cards right after the battles, and we like to drink a few beers, to keep it steady after a hard day's work.
Sounds like fun, Mr. Soldier. So, what do you think your forces could use for next battle to be more successful?
Well, I guess if we had some more resources, the battle could have...
Resources you're talking about? Well, if you and the audience won't be lacking any resources anytime soon, because if y'all check under your chairs, you get a cannon! You get a cannon! And yes, even you get a cannon!
Yeah.
Wasn't that just a lovely interview? So kind, that Oprah Winfrey. Next to Michael Shanahan with the war tactics and strategies from yesterday's battle.
1.
Thanks, Matt. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's segment, where we will be talking about yesterday's plays during the Battle of Monocacy. Our 2 stars of the night were Union General Lee Wallace of Indiana and Confederate General Jubal A. Early of Virginia. Both of these men were strong players in the war, bringing their own plays to the battlefield. Basically, Early's early goal was to get from the start, I guess, was to get the past Wallace's defense and go to the Washington, D.C., the Union's capital. Wallace's goal was to delay Early from getting to the capital as long as possible, so Union reinforcements, like Ulysses Simpson Grant, may get to D.C. before Early. It's too early to tell, but my guess is Wallace has saved D.C. from an early demise at the hands of Early. Back to you, Savannah.
Thanks, Michael. Now, we have a short segment with James Corden. You'll see.
Thanks for driving with me to work today.
It's really my pleasure, James. Thanks for having me.
It feels just like yesterday you were at the battle. How does it feel to be here right now?
Feels great.
Great? Well,
Yeah.
well, how about we sing a few tunes to lighten the mood a little bit? Heck, I got one. It's my personal favourite. Follow the lead. John Jacob Jingle Hammersmith.
His name was my name too.
Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes John Jacob Jingle Hammersmith. Na 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 na. John Jacob Jingle Hammersmith. His name is my name too. Alright. Well, that was fantastic, Lou. So, what do you consider your main job of the battle yesterday?
Well, yesterday, it was really my job to stall the Confederates' forces for as long as possible so that Washington would have more time to raise their defenses. Kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Union needs more generals like you. So how many men were in your battle yesterday?
Yesterday, I went in with 5,800 Union men against 14,000 Confederates. We left with roughly 1,200 less Union soldiers, and the Confederate with roughly 900 less.
Wow.
It was a necessary battle.
I know. Well, thanks, Mr. Wallace. And thank you for coming to for your time for Carriage Pool Karaoke. Well, back to you, Matt.
Thanks, James. Now for our daily segment with Kathy Lee and Hoda, who are going to showcase the daily attire of the soldiers. Hello, my name is Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And this is the Kathy Lee and Hoda Show. Yes, and today we'll be comparing the Union soldiers and the Confederate soldiers' attire and bettering it for the sake of everyone.
Yes. Here is an image of one of our Union soldiers at work in his uniform. A lovely blue.
You also can't tell from the picture, but he kind of smells, and he probably has lice too.
That's okay though. At least it's made of wool.
Sometimes it's scratchy, but it's also breathable and very warm.
Inevitably, most Confederate soldiers have gray uniforms too.
Soldiers on both sides also went to battle barefoot because some of their shoes were worn out. Sad.
Yes, very. Make sure to join us next week when we have these men join us on the set of our ambush makeover. We will completely redo their attire so they can look as stunning as their bayonets are to the enemy.
Until then, back to you, Savannah.
Always reliable, that Kathy Lee and Hoda. Now, coming close to our final segments, please welcome Dr. Phil.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Phil today. I am here to welcome a small-town mother from Maryland. She has a very interesting story to tell.
Thanks for having me, Phil. Yes, I have quite a troubling story.
We're all ears.
Well, this war has been really troubling for my family, especially being a border state family. See, I have two twin sons, young Frederick and Balt. One is very adamant about liberation and such, while the other one is all about the slaves. when they turned 18, they both enlisted in the war, but for different sides.
And how does that make you feel?
Well, obviously I'm distressed.
And how do your sons feel about that?
I haven't seen either one of them since they left in December. I just don't know what to do.
Yeah. And how do you feel about that?
I think it's about time we go back to Savannah and Matt.
Thanks, Phil. And now for everyone's favorite Jimmy Fallon segment.
As you all know, today is the day I check my inbox, so I'm in need of writing a few thank you notes. James, may I please get some thank you note music? Thanks, Abraham Lincoln, for going ham for abolishment. Thanks, Morse code, for reminding me that dots and stripes aren't just for my daughter's clothes. Thanks, Lice, for being nicer than Robert E. Flea. Thanks, everybody. Those are my thank you notes. Matt and Savannah.
Thanks, Jimmy. And now for one of my personal favorites, Steve Harvey, with the short segment of Family Feud. Welcome, everyone, and tonight is Family Feud night. We have two lovely families. To my left, the Lee family. To my right, the Grant family. Give me Rob. Give me Ulysses. All right. First question. 2 answers on the board. We asked 100 soldiers, what is the worst part of going to war?
No women!
No women! There's still a shot to answer. You could get the #1 spot.
I'm gonna have to say, not being able to capture the stupid capital and the war.
Yes! Here it is, folks. Robert E. Lee is the winner.
I should know a lot about that.
Okay, well, back to you, Savannah.
Thanks, Steve. Finally, to wrap up today's show, please welcome Tyra Banks.
Will Lou and Gabriel please come to the stage? Here that stand before me are 2 very talented generals, but only one can win this war, or this battle. Lou, you are such a hard worker who never quits, but you had trouble keeping your opponent at bay. Early, you are a very talented general and the more experienced general. However, you were on enemy territory and you didn't know the terrain. So who will win? Early, you'll fight another day.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Back to you, Matt. This has been today's update on the segment of the Civil War.
Yesterday's battle of the Monocacy was a sad loss for the Union, but was a necessary battle overall.
Yes, but this was potentially the battle that will save Washington, D.C. Without the Union's men's sacrifice, Early's Confederate soldiers would have taken D.C. without a single drop of blood lost.
But this is still any man's war. Join us again tomorrow morning for another update on the war. Until next time, America, I'm Savannah Guthrie.
And I'm Matt Lauer.
And thanks for watching Channel 4 News.
Now they make new movies in old black and white. The happy endings where nobody fights. So if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and show your age.